Uh, Today we will discuss Namaskar. Today we will discuss the value education. This topic is very important for you so far as the B.Ed students is concerned, education honor students, MA education students, MA students also. Okay. So today we will discuss value education, particularly what is value, definitions of value, what are the different classifications of value, value crisis, a major challenge nowadays. So why value crisis? What are the impact of value crisis? And next we will discuss the what is the role of education to inculcate value, role of education to inculcate value, and what are the approaches of value cultivation. And next is your concluding remarks. Okay, so we will discuss one by one. First thing is that the question may arise in our mind: are the values needed in life for prosperous life, for peaceful life, for harmonious life? Should each and every individual need the values? If needed, what are the values? What is value? This question may crop up in our mind. Sometimes we have the misconception regarding the meaning of the values. The meaning of the value, what the Western people think is different from the what the Eastern or particularly Indian people think. So let us discuss in detail. So what is value first? What do you mean by value or what is value first? Dear friends, you know, axiology, what I have discussed while I was discussing the different branches of philosophy. Axiology is an important branch of philosophy which speaks about the concept of value. It speaks about the nature of value. Axiology is related to value. In simple words, value refers to objects or ideas that we people cherish and desire and consider them highly needed for acquisition. Value refers to philosopher says value refers to our the uh, the ideas, the mindset, the cherished principles. It may be also the materials, prosperity also one kind of values amongst the psychology philosophers say. Oxford Students Dictionary say value is meant as quality of being useful. It means that value makes an individual qualitative and it makes an individual useful for what? The society, useful for himself also. G.N. Lenscher says value is a person's idea of what is desirable, what he and others want, not necessarily what he actually wants. So this is very good definition. Value is a person's idea of what is desirable, what he and others want, not necessarily what actually wants. In short, value can be defined as the it is you can say the an emotive expression. It is satisfaction of desire. It is a quality of thing. These are the this is the meaning of value. So value can be called as the ideas of what is desirable, what is beneficial for the society, for we can establishing the healthy environment in the society, and values are also essential for world peace also, and also the self-satisfaction, emotive expression, etc. This is regarding the your meaning of value. So let us discuss types of value. What are the different types of value? There are different types of value. Different psychologists classified values in different types. Like on instinct nature of human beings. Value is of two types: ultimate value and immediate value. You know what are the similarly brochures also brochures they are classified value into different parts. Comprehensive classification will discuss. Here we will discuss the three types of value. First is on instinct. Value is of two types. Your one is your ultimate value and another is the immediate value. What are the ultimate value? The values, what the idealist says, truth, beauty, goodness. So these are the ultimate value. These are the eternal value. These are the perennial values. These are highly essential to human beings and civilizations always. These are required. Next is your immediate value. Immediate value means desire to fulfill the material prosperity, particularly to fulfill or meet the material prosperity. The values which are what are desired or required, these are called the immediate values. Next definition, next classification, Bravajas, one of the great philosophers, said values related to likes or immediate, likes or immediate, values related to intelligent or remote. Okay, so this is the classification of Bravajas, value related to the likes or immediate and values related to intelligent or remote. So on the basis of the objectives, values of three types: physical values, economic value, and spiritual value. Physical value, economic values, and spiritual value. So your physical values means it can be said related to different materials, or you can say physical health. Also, you can say economic value means related to the finance, and spiritual value related to differ from religion to religions, and also the religious philosophy to philosophy. Next one is comprehensive classifications. So there are different philosophers divided value in different parts. But here we will discuss the comprehensive classification of value. The comprehensive classifications are personal values, family values, social values, cultural values, material values, spiritual values, aesthetic values, moral values, national values, and international value. So these are the different classifications of value. So we will discuss in detail regarding the comprehensive values. There are different types of comprehensive value. One by one we will discuss one by one. What is personal value first? What is a personal value? Personal values are those which are associated with essential principles on which people build their lives and keep relations with others. This is personal value. Personal value means the values which can associate others, which help the help the people, or we can say which help the individuals to cope up in the society, to associate with other people of the society, to keep good relations with other people, other people of society, to live in the society, to live in the society. That is called the value. That is called the value. So this is called the personal value. So family value means family value are generally the brought from parents and other family members, that may be positive or negative, selfish or social, individualistic or societal, or domestic or diverse. Family value means that the values which are we inherited from, what we inherited from what? The family. We learn from the family members. We learn from the parents. We learn from the family members. If it is, you can say it is a nuclear family, the value system is different. It is a joint family, the value system is different. We learn many more things from the family, that may be positive or negative, selfish or social, individualistic or societal, or domestic or diverse. It depends on us. ପରିବାର ଭିତରେ ଆମେ ଯେଭଳି ଭାବରେ ବସବାସ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଯେମିତି ଜୀବନ ବିତାଉଛନ୍ତି, ତା ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛି ଫ୍ୟାମିଲି ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ଉପରେ। ଆମେ ଫ୍ୟାମିଲିରୁ ଟୋଲରେନ୍ସ ଶିଖିଥାନ୍ତି, ଫ୍ୟାମିଲିରୁ କୋଅପରେସନ ଶିଖିଥାନ୍ତି। we learn adjustment, we learn cooperation, we learn fellow feeling, we learn different type of the integrity, etc., etc. Character building is also we learn from the family. According to our social environment, according to our family, we learn these values. So, family values are generally brought from the parents and other family members that may be positive or negative, selfish or social. It may be individualistic. For example, if we focus only the own self or individual self for getting benefits of the individual, so it can be individualistic. And if you think about the others also, we should live and we should also live for others. That is the societal. Okay, so this is what is called the family values. Let us discuss what is social values. Social values are needful to survive and sustain in society as social being or civilized beings. Human beings are the social beings, are social beings. They born, live, and die in the society. So, in order to live as a social being, as a civilized being, so what values are required, what values are needed, that is what is called the social values. It means that through social values or due social values help us to adjust in the society, to live peacefully with other members of the society. And what may be the social values? Love to mankind, feelings of brotherhoods, okay, honesty, sincerity, punctuality, cooperation, okay. So these are the social values. Let me discuss another value that is called the your cultural values. So cultural values are created at a great cost of time and sacrifices. Perhaps in the previous class I have told you that your culture is the mirror of society. Culture reflects uh, the the different things of the society, the ideologies of the society, your the livings of the society, different things. Okay, so cultural values are created at a great cost of times and sacrifice. Cultural values are created due to the sacrifice of the our forefathers, giving the more cost of the time, and it differs from civilization to civilization and geographical habitation. You can see what is the culture of India that may not be the culture of the Western countries also. So for example, hospitality. Hospitality is the we can say the ornament of Indians. Indian people never hesitate to help others. So whenever any person come to our house, we show our the traditional hospitality to them. So we never hesitate. Okay, so that is we inherited from our forefathers. Okay, so education fostered to respect and tolerate all cultures, their values without bias. So that doesn't mean that we should also follow our culture. We should also follow other culture also. We should foster to respect and tolerate all cultures and their values without bias. Okay. This is what is called the cultural values, and cultural values are very essential for a civilization, for any country or very a nation, because that's the pride of a nation. Oh, next is moral values. That is the moral values are those which are needed to distinguish between good and bad. So, what is moral value? Moral values are also called the ethical values, and these values are needed to distinguish between good and bad. So, this is the capacity. Moral value helps or facilitate to discriminate, to distinguish between the good and bad, and these are needed to establish a peaceful and balanced society. For maintaining a peaceful and balanced society, your moral values are essential, and tolerance, self-control, respect to others, freedom, justice, honesty, etc. are the essential moral values. Dear friends, you should try to understand nowadays the moral values are degrading day by day. That is the crisis of value, and ethical or moral values should be protected, should be fostered, should be inculcated or developed. Otherwise, what will be happen, what will happen in future also. Another thing is that aesthetic value. Okay, aesthetic value refers to the values fostering to realize the essence of beauty. What do you say? Satyam Sivam Sundaram. So beauty, that the another higher value. So aesthetic value facilitate. Aesthetic value help us help us to realize the essence of beauty. This can be cultivating through nature study, art. How can you cultivate the aesthetic value? Through nature study, art, music, etc. And these values give blissful moments in life. Blissful moment in life. When you see the flower, you get what uh, uh, blissful. We become happy. Okay, so music, instrumental, and also by studying the nature, art, painting, etc. These are the different sources of developing and cultivating your aesthetic value. Next is your national value. National value also named as the democratic values, or you can say the constitutional value. Okay, these values are essential to love to the nation for developing the patriotic feeling, nationalistic feeling. So national values are, so that's why it is called the democratic value or constitutional value. We have to follow the constitutional rules and regulations and provisions. So these values are called the national values, like love to nation, patriotism, respect the constitution, respect all citizens, okay, cultural heritage, historical backdrop, etc. are the examples of national values. And next one or the last one is the international value. We are the human beings. We are not for the particular family, particular village, particular state, or particular country. We are also for the society, for the total or the whole universe. So, the creating the feelings of the whole world as family or Vasudhaivam Kutumbakam or global village, that is called the international value. It means that the value which inculcate, which create, or we can say which develop the feelings of whole world as a family or Vasudhaivam Kutumbakam or global village, what we say in Indian culture, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. So that is called the international value. So think globally and act globally are the is the we can say the motto of the international value. So think globally, act globally, fostering provincial biases is the best slogan of international value. International brotherhood, we can say international brotherhood is the best example of your international value. So these are the different kinds of the value what we discussed: personal value, family value, social values, okay, cultural values, moral or ethical values. Next is your aesthetic values, national values, and international value. So these are the different types of value, and we can say this is the comprehensive definition of value system or value. Comprehensive definitions. This definition has been accepted by your different your philosophers, etc. So let us discuss. Value crisis is a global challenge. You know what I have told you. On the one hand, dear friends, you know, our the literacy rate is increasing, the number of the educated people are increasing, okay, our financial status is also strengthening, but on the other hand we are facing number of the crisis because of the value. Now the a day, we are in the age, we can say age of science and technology. Human beings turned the stone age to the space age. The miracles of science and technology minimize the distance of the world. The advancement of miracles science dreams to make man immortal. ଆଜି ଆମେ ଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ପୃଷ୍ଠରେ ଘର କରିବାକୁ ବସିଲେଣି। ମଣିଷ ଅମର ହେବାକୁ ପ୍ରୟାସ କରୁଛି। ବିଜ୍ଞାନ ଆଉ ପ୍ରଯୁକ୍ତି ବିଦ୍ୟା ବଳରେ ଆମେ କ'ଣ ନ କରିପାରିଛନ୍ତି। ଫିଙ୍ଗର ପ୍ରିଣ୍ଟରେ ସାରା ୱାର୍ଲଡକୁ ଆମେ ନଚଉଛନ୍ତି। ଶିକ୍ଷିତ ସଂଖ୍ୟା ବଢ଼ିଛି, ଜ୍ଞାନୀ ସଂଖ୍ୟା ଆମେ ବଢ଼ିଛି ବୋଲି କହୁଛନ୍ତି। ସାକ୍ଷରତା ହାର ବଢ଼ିଛି, ଆର୍ଥିକ ସ୍ଥିତି ବଢ଼ିଛି, ତା ସତ୍ତ୍ୱେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଆମେ କୋଉଠି ନା କୋଉଠି ଦେଖିବା ମାନେ ସାରା ବିଶ୍ୱରେ ଯୁଦ୍ଧର ଭୟାନକ ସ୍ଥିତି, ୱାର, ଓକେ, ସବୁଠାରେ ଲାଭ ଓ ଲୋଭର ଖେଳ ଚାଲିଛି। ସବୁଠାରେ ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା କୋଉଠି ନା କୋଉଠି ସ୍ୱାର୍ଥ ପାଇଁ ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ କାମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି। These are nothing but the degradation of the value or value crisis. We are speaking about one identity, humanism, feeling of global village. Still, we are facing a lot of the challenges like intolerance, competition for material prosperity, blind belief, superstitions, social and cultural maladies. These are the number of the so that's why these things, particularly intolerance, superstition, your craze for material prosperity, okay, so your intolerance, competitions, for getting more and more financial benefits, etc., etc. So these things sometimes create the different things like suicides, violent activities. These are the these produce these things: suicides, violent activities, corruption, anti-social activities, inhuman activities, undemocratic activities, etc. These are increasing rampantly in the society. On the one hand, you dream for making shelter in your moon. On the other hand, the violence, war. Okay, so these are things are happening in the society. These are nothing but the value crisis. Despite all progress and prosperity in all fields like science, technology, literature, art, everything. But if we have no value, if we are unable to live the peaceful life, pleasurable life, so the complete prosperity, material prosperity will be valueless. So, nowadays I want to give an example. The best students of the societies are becoming the doctors after rigorous, we can say, NEET examination. After becoming that doctor, if the talented person of the society becomes the doctor, after becoming the doctor, if the doctor what takes bribe for operation, for surgery, if the doctor tries to what the you are try to misbehave the patients, so that is not the value system. Could you get my point? ସବୁଠାରୁ ଦୁନିଆର ସବୁଠୁ ଭଲ ପାଠ ପଢୁଥିବା ଲୋକଟା ଯେତେବେଳେ ଡାକ୍ତର ହେଇଯାଉଛି, ସେତେବେଳେ ସେ ଲାଞ୍ଚ ନେଇକି ଲୋକ ମାନେ ରୋଗୀକୁ ପରୀକ୍ଷା କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରୁଛି, ଏବଂ ସେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ରୋଗୀର କିଡନୀ ନେଇଯିବା ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରୟାସ କରୁଛି, ସେତେବେଳେ କଣ ହବ? ଏଠି ଜ୍ଞାନ ବେଶୀ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ନା ମୂଲ୍ୟବୋଧ ବେଶୀ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ? value is very essential. Value is very essential. Similarly, if a teacher after rigorous training, rigorous entrance, rigorous your different examination like CBT, TET, etc., become the teacher. If the teacher does not take responsibility of the students, does not go to the class regularly, then you tell me what is happening in the society. I can say the teacher is talented. He also got the job after rigorous what exercise, rigorous competition, but due to the lack of the value system, the teacher is unable to provide the professional ethics or provide the justice to the students. So this is happening nowadays in all fields. In all fields, not only the teachers, not only doctors, in all fields, due to the value degradation, lack of value, so different unethical things are happening day by day. So let us discuss what are the factors. What are the factors responsible for value crisis? Why value crisis in the society? Why the country and countries are struggling or fighting each other? Why your individual and individuals are fighting each other, competing each other for getting material prosperity? Why? କାହିଁକି ମଣିଷ ମଣିଷ ଭିତରେ ଝଗଡ଼ା ହେଉଛି, କାହିଁକି ଗୋଟେ ସଂଘର୍ଷ ହେଉଛି, କାହିଁକି ହିଂସା ହେଉଛି, କାହିଁକି ମଣିଷ ତାର ମୂଲ୍ୟବୋଧକୁ ବୁଝିପାରୁନାହିଁ? ଯେତେବେଳେ ମୂଲ୍ୟବୋଧକୁ ମଣିଷ ବୁଝିପାରିବ ନାହିଁ, ସେ ଯେକୌଣସି, ସେ ବାପାଟିଏ ହଉ କି ମାଆଟିଏ ହଉ କି ଶିକ୍ଷକଟିଏ ହଉ କି ଡାକ୍ତରଟିଏ ହଉ କି ନେତାଟିଏ ହଉ, ଯିଏ ହଉ ନା କାହିଁକି, ଯଦି ମୂଲ୍ୟବୋଧ ନଥିବ, ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ତା ପାଖରେ ନଥିବ, ତାହେଲେ ସେ କେବେ ମଧ୍ୟ ସମାଜକୁ, ପ୍ରଥମ କଥା ନିଜକୁ ତ ସେ ନ୍ୟାୟ ଦେଇପାରିବ ନାହିଁ, ସମାଜକୁ ନ୍ୟାୟ ଦେଇପାରିବ ନାହିଁ। So let me discuss what are the factors, what are the causes mounting the value crisis. କେଉଁ କାରଣ ଗୁଡିକ ଆମ ଭିତରେ value crisis କରୁ? This is very important question for you. So try to understand what are the basic. Here I am discussing. I am going to discuss some of the causes and factors. First thing that I can say, selfish and profit motive attitudes of the man. ସେଲଫିସ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଗୋଟେ ଢଗ ଅଛି, ଆପେ ବଞ୍ଚିଲେ ବାପାର ନା। ଏଇ ଯୋଉ କନସେପ୍ଟ ଅଛି, ନିଜେ ବଞ୍ଚିବା, ନିଜେ ବିକାଶ କରିବା, ନିଜର ଅର୍ଥନୈତିକ ସ୍ଥିତି ସୁଦୃଢ଼ ହବ ବା ନିଜେ ଭଲ ଘର କରିବା, ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ମାନସିକତା ଆମକୁ କୋଉଠି ନା କୋଉଠି ଆମକୁ କଣ କରୁଛି, ଆମର ମୂଲ୍ୟବୋଧକୁ ହ୍ରାସ କରାଉଛି ଏବଂ ଆମକୁ ସ୍ୱାର୍ଥପର କରିଦେଉଛି। ସୋ ସେଲଫିସ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ପ୍ରଫିଟ୍ ମୋଟିଭ attitudes of men or individuals is one of the most important causes for developing violence in the society, or you can say creating the value crisis in the society. Greediness to exploit others, particularly nature. This is a very important cause. Greediness to exploit nature. Now we are exploiting the nature. So I want to recall Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi says that nature has given everything us for satisfying needs not to satisfy our greeds. ପ୍ରକୃତି ଆମକୁ ସବୁ ଦେଇଛି ଆମର ଆବଶ୍ୟକତା ପୂରଣ କରିବା ପାଇଁ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଆମର ଲୋଭ ସମରଣ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ନୁହେଁ। କିନ୍ତୁ ମଣିଷ କଣ କରୁଛି? ନାଓ human beings are exploiting the nature. So the greediness to exploit others, to exploit particular the nature, is one of the important factors you are causing the that creating the value crisis. Unprecedented explosion of knowledge in science and technology. Science and technology, though an unprecedented explosion of knowledge in science and technology is also one of the cause of value crisis. You know, nowadays what happening in the crime, your cyber crimes. You know, cyber crimes is one of the important challenges nowadays. This is happening due to the value crisis. ମଣିଷ ଆଜି ରାତାରାତି କୋଟିପତି ହେବାର ଆଶା କରୁଛି, ସାଇବର କ୍ରାଇମ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ କାର ଆକାଉଣ୍ଟକୁ ଲୁଟ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରୟାସ କରୁଛି. This is nothing but the explosion of science and technology. Next, you know, population explosion is also another cause for value crisis due to the rampant growth of the population. People are not getting their for your bread and butter. They are unable to fulfill their minimum needs. That's why also this population explosion creates number of the things, antisocial activities also. So the population explosion can be a cause for value degradation. Sometimes I can say the defective education system also. You know what the education system nowadays we are going on. You know, in education system is that purely you can say rote memory. We are emphasizing for the number, grade, marks, etc. Um, or the say we become the job seekers only. ଆମର ଗୋଟିଏ ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ ହେଉଛି ଅଧିକ ମାର୍କ ରଖିବା, ଫାଷ୍ଟ ହେବା, ପୋଜିସନ ପାଇବା, ଚାକିରି ପାଇବା, ଏଇ ଗୋଟିଏ ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ ଭିତରେ ଆମର ଶିକ୍ଷା ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ରହୁଛି. ସୋ ଯୋଉ ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ସିଷ୍ଟମ, ଯେତିକି ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ମାନେ ହ୍ୱାଟ ଦ ଏଜୁକେସନ ସୁଡ୍ କ୍ରିଏଟ୍ ଦ ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ଇନ୍ ଦ ମାଇଣ୍ଡ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟସ୍, to cultivate the value in the mind of the students. Perhaps the education system fails to promote or to foster the values. That's why you can say that your education system or defective education system is also a reason for you are developing or value crisis or deterioration of the value. Okay, evils like caste filling, regionalism, communalism, fundamentalism, illiteracy, ignorance, these are the social evils. Caste feelings, so discrimination between the caste and caste, regionalism, say X says I am from that region, Y says I am from that region, I am proud of this region, proud of that region. That regionalism creates also the value crisis. Communalism, you know, on the name in the name of the religion, okay, worship the human beings are you can say the making violence. Okay, so fundamentalism, so these are the different causes. Illiteracy also one of the social maladies which create you can say value crisis. Ignorance, poverty and unemployment also are the important factors creating value crisis. ବୁଭୁକ୍ଷ କି ନ କର ତ ପାପ କୁହାଯାଉଛି, ଯେତେବେଳେ ମଣିଷ ଭୋକ ରହୁଛି ସବୁ କିଛି କରିଦେଉଛି, ତ ଆମେ କହିପାରିବା ଦାରିଦ୍ରତା ଆଉ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ବେରୋଜଗାରୀ ମଧ୍ୟ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରକାର ସମସ୍ୟା, ବେକାରୀ ସମସ୍ୟା ମଧ୍ୟ କୋଟି ନା କୋଟି ମୂଲ୍ୟବୋଧ ହ୍ରାସ କରିବାର ଗୋଟେ ମୁଖ୍ୟ କାରଣ ହେଉଛି. ଆଣ୍ଡ ଦ ଗ୍ୟାପ୍ ବିଟୱିନ୍ ଦ ରିଚ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ପୁଅର୍, so rich and poor people and rich and poor country, so this is also another cause. And superstitions, blind beliefs, bad social cultural rituals, so these are the also the creating the value crisis. Superstitions, blind beliefs, ଆଜି ମଧ୍ୟ ଅନ୍ଧବିଶ୍ୱାସ କୁସଂସ୍କାର ମଣିଷ ବଶବର୍ତ୍ତୀ ହେଉଛି. ଗୋଟେ ପଟେ ଆମେ ମଙ୍ଗଳ ଗ୍ରହ କଥା ଚିନ୍ତା କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ମଙ୍ଗଳରେ ଘର କିଣିବା କଥା ଚିନ୍ତା କରିସାରିଲାଣି, ଆମେ ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟ ପାଖକୁ ଆମର ସାଟେଲାଇଟ ପଠେଇ ସାରିଲାଣି, ହଁ, ଆମେ କିନ୍ତୁ ଅନ୍ୟପଟେ ଆମ ଭିତରେ ଅନ୍ଧବିଶ୍ୱାସ କୁସଂସ୍କାର ଆମକୁ କୋଟି ନା କୋଟି ନା ମଣିଷ ମଣିଷ ଭିତରେ ବା ନିଜର ସ୍ୱାର୍ଥ ପାଇଁ ଆମେ ବହୁତ କାମ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରୟାସ କରୁଛନ୍ତି. ରିଲିଜିୟସ୍ ବାୟସନେସ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଇଣ୍ଟୋଲେରାନ୍ସ, ଧାର୍ମିକ ଯୋଉ ଇଣ୍ଟୋଲେରାନ୍ସ ରହୁଛି, ଯୋଉ ଆମ ଭିତରେ ଯୋଉ ଅସହନଶୀଳତା ରହିଛି ନିଜ ଧର୍ମକୁ ନେଇ, ମାନେ ସମସ୍ତେ ନିଜ ନିଜ ଧର୍ମ ଉପରେ ଖାଲି ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି. ଆରେ ନିଜ ଧର୍ମକୁ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଦେବା ଉଚିତ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଅନ୍ୟ ଧର୍ମକୁ ବି ରେସପେକ୍ଟ କରିବା ଦରକାର ଅଛି. We should follow our religious principles. We should believe on our religious faiths, but we should also respect other religions. So this intolerance also create the value crisis. And another most important, you know, the best contribution of India to world is the family system, joint family system. But nowadays, joint family system turn into the broken or nuclear family systems. ଆପେ ବଞ୍ଚିଲେ ବାପାର ନା, ଆମେ ନିଜ ନିଜ କଥା, ଆମ ପରିବାର, ଆମେ ସ୍ୱାମୀ ସ୍ତ୍ରୀ ଆଉ ପିଲାମାନେ, ସେତିକି ଖାଲି, ଆମ ବାପା, ଆମ ଭାଇ, ଆମ ଅନ୍ୟମାନେ, ଏ କଥା ଆଉ ଲୋକ ଚିନ୍ତା କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି. So this is also the value crisis. Another thing is the criminalization and commercialization of the politics. This is a very important thing to be kept in mind. Nowadays, politics, that is called Rajaniti or Rashtra has become criminalized, or you can say commercialized. So this is very important crisis and challenge for your mounting or increasing the value crisis or value degradation. And another thing is that your environmental hazards and nature of exploiting nature. So we are exploiting the natures for profit, for getting material prosperity. So these are the different causes of, we can say, the value crisis. These are the different causes of value crisis. Okay. So let us discuss what is the role of education. What is the role of education to inculcate values? शिक्षार भूमिका कौन? शिक्षा कौन करिपर वैल्यू और डेवलपमेंट करिया पे? Swami Vivekananda says, Swami Vivekananda, who contributed a lot to the field of education. So he said, education is a panacea to cure all social maladies, any social problem, any social maladies, any social evils that can be eradicated, that can be abolished through the education. Because education is a panacea. Mahosadi kuhajaye taku. And again, he remarks, education is a man making process. The value crisis can be managed, can be fostered by can be abolished by effective education system. A good education system can root out the value crisis, can bring balance in the society. So good education can only foster and create the values in the mind of the students and mind of the people of the society. So it is seen nowadays, education is what happens now. What is the present education system? Education system or education is confined in information only. We think for information, we think for grade, marks, degree, diploma, position, job, etc. only. But never think about our the peaceful life and pleasurable life. We never think about the value system. So people think swallowing the piles of information from different sources is the education. We think, or by hearting piles of information is the education. Exactly, that is not the education. आज आम तथ्य घोषार समस्ते व्यस्त रोचे, जिते अधिक तथ्य घोषुचे आम भावुचे बेसी एजुकेटेड. रिगार्डिंग दिस, टीएस इलाइट वन्स रिमार्क्ड, where is life? It lost in the profession. Where is wisdom? It is lost in knowledge. Where is knowledge? It is lost in information. सुंदर डेफिनेशन से कहते आज आ जीवन बोली किसी ना, आम जीविका पछरे गुड़े गुड़े संपर्क संबंध सब भूलीगले. आम पाखे आ जीवन बोली किसी ना, केवल जीविका पछरे आम गोड़ाऊँ आ टंका पछरे गोड़ाऊँ. वेयर इज विजडम? प्रज्ञा कौटी अच्छी? आम इट लस्ट इन द नॉलेज. ज्ञान भितर हजि जाइए आज प्रज्ञा. आउ वेयर इज नॉलेज? ज्ञान कौटी अच्छी? इट इज लस्ट इन इनफर्मेशन. तथ्य भितर आम सब कौन अच्छी ज्ञानटा मध्य लुचि जाइए. तेणु आज एजुकेशन इज मेंट फॉर पर्टिकुलर द इनफर्मेशन, नॉट फॉर नॉलेज, नॉट फॉर विजडम, नॉट फॉर इंट्यूशन. So we should rethink. We have to, education should be meant for the knowledge. Education should be meant for the wisdom, for intuition, for value development, or for inculcating value. So actually, value deleted education system or practices in present days create value crisis across the country. Our material prosperity, economic safety, and technological advancement are our assets. No doubt, material prosperities are essential. Economic safety is also essential. Financial security is also essential. Technological advancement is also essential. But what happens? Along with these things, material prosperity, advancements of science and technology, economic safety and security, we must need the value system. We should not far away from the spirituality, which will adversely affect on our the society. So educational system, curriculum, methods, role of teacher should be value integrated. Whenever we develop the curriculum should be a value integrated curriculum. National education policy 2020 emphasizing on the value integrated education system. Value system should be developed. Everybody should realize their responsibility. Everybody should realize their duties. Okay, so then only a well-balanced society, a well-balanced country, or a well-balanced world can be formed, can be established. Otherwise, society without value will be anarchy. Society without, we can say, or the world without value will be only the war, violence, nothing else. We can say only the violence. Nowadays, number of the countries are quarreling with each other. the, the war is going on between the Russia and what Ukraine. Okay, so such type the war will be started throughout the country if we lost our value. So education is the only factor, or you can say education is the most important, or you can say the most important source which can only develop the value systems. So value systems should be developed. So how can you develop the value system? What are the strategy? What is the role of education? What strategies? So this is very important question for you, all the education students. How can you inculcate value? How can you foster value? What are the approaches to be adopted for your creating value in the mind of the students who are the futures of the country? What techniques or what strategies to be adopted? Value किपरि भावे विकास करा जाई परिबो? Value तो crisis अछि. से crisis को meet करिया पे education role कौन? So here I want to say there are different approaches of value. Here I want to divide the approaches for inculcating value through education into three parts. One is formal approach, another is informal approach, and another is non-formal approach. Formal, informal, and non-formal approach. Three approaches for creating or inculcating values. Could you get my point? There are three important approaches of creating or strategy of creating or fostering value. First is formal approach, which is formal in nature, which are prefixed, predetermined. Okay, that can be this type. This strategy can help the individual to inculcate, to cultivate, to foster value in the classroom situation through textbooks, through teaching, through lecture of the teacher, through different activities in the classroom situation. That is called the formal approach of inculcating value. Direct through the classroom teaching and learning. Through classroom teaching and learning. Indirect way through the curricular and co-curricular activities by organizing different curricular and co-curricular activities in the schools, in classrooms. We can also what develop the value system. So formal approach is totally related to classroom teaching, related to textbook, related to the curricular and co-curricular activity that are organized in the schools. So let us discuss your informal approach or informal approach of collecting value. According to this approach, value education can be imparted. I have told you that so far the formal approach is concerned, and in formal approach you can impart or inculcate either directly or indirectly through the classroom situations. But in your the informal approach is one. So it is not exclusively meant for cultivating value, but informally we can also develop the value systems. For example, so for the formal system is concerned, we can develop value how classroom situation, classroom learning, teacher lectures of the teachers, arranging different lectures, study circle, etc. Okay, through so for the co-curricular activities is concerned by giving the different project works, you can say different health camps, SUPW, science exhibition, NCC, YRC, NSS. Okay, so through, you can say eco club. So these the activities we can. These are the formal approach or formal strategy to inculcate value. Informal approach means that informal approach are not exclusively made for developing the value. It is not systematic. It is not prefixed. It is not predetermined. But simply creating value among students in educational institution is not a role of the education. We also get in informal approach means that we also cultivate our values in informal way. It means in our family, with the interact with the friends. We are organizing different activities with the friends, society members, community members. So these are also the different ways to inculcate value. And it means that the values what you learn from what society, what from other members of the society, we can say that is called the informal value. Try to understand. Formal approach of value means that the value that is built, that is created, that is we can say cultivated in the classroom situation through different activities, direct teaching or indirect teaching, curricular activities or co-curricular activities. Okay, so these are called the formal value, formal strategy of value development, value inculcation. Informal means that beside the classroom situation, or we can say beside the school activities or the education activities in the educational institution, we also learn, we also inculcate values or cultivate values from different sources of the society, from family members, from parents, from parents, from peer groups, from society members, from different your different worship places, etc. So these are called the informal value. Non-formal value means the what? Non-formal approach means what? Non-formal approach means that in there are some of the educational institutions are there, or some of the organizations are there, they who never follow the direct what you can say the strict principles of the formal approach nor the informal approach, and it follow the midway between the formal and informal approach. It means that, for example, we are organizing the very the programs other than the educational institutions. So for example, take an example also through radio system, and in a radio or television we also learn, we also cultivate the value system. There are the certain programs which are telecasted or broadcast in a particular time. Okay, so from that sources we also learn value also. So let me discuss some of the activity, particularly this is meant for the teachers and the students of education should know how can, what type of the activities can be organized. These questions may also come in your OTT and CTT or other examinations. What activity can create a value among the students? Value can be created, cultural value can be created, national value or international value can be created. We, if we celebrate the national festivals, international festivals, okay, state festivals, or we can say the religious festivals, cultural festivals, for developing the national, international and cultural value. ଆମେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ପର୍ବପର୍ବାଣି କରିପାରିବା, ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଦିବସ ଗୁଡ଼ିକୁ ପାଳନ କରିପାରିବା। ୟା ଦ୍ୱାରା ମଧ୍ୟ ଆମ ଭିତରେ କ'ଣ ଅଛି, ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ଡେଭଲପ ହେଇପାରେ, ଯାହାକି ସ୍କୁଲ କଲେଜରେ ସାଧାରଣତଃ ହେଇଥାଏ। Observation of birth or death anniversary of the great persons. We can learn from the great personalities who dedicated for the country, who contributed to the philosophy, contributed to the society, in the social service, contributed in the literature, contributed in the field of science and technology. So, if we observe the birth and death anniversary of these great personalities, we can also able to cultivate value in the students. Science exhibition, art exhibition, okay. Others also developing the scientific temper, developing the aesthetic value. We can also conduct these programs for developing or creating value. So awareness programs can be organized for abolishing the superstition, blind beliefs, etc. आमे बहुत प्रकार सचेतनता शिविर करिपरिबा, हेल्थ कैंप करिपरिबा, विभिन्न प्रकार जो समाज रे अंधविश्वास कुसंस्कार अछि ताकू दूर करिया पय विभिन्न प्रकार कैंप करिपरिबा, सचेतना कार्यक्रम करिपरिबा, ता द्वारा मध्ये मूल्यबोधर विकास हेताय। मॉर्निंग असेंबली, community prayer, these are also different activity can be organized for collective value. Health and environmental awareness camps, NCC, Scout, Red Cross, okay, your Eco Club, these are also different sources for cultivating socio-civic values in the mind of the students. Cultural programs can be organized, dance, art, literature, other activities can also be organized. So these are the some of the activities which will develop value system or inculcate value in the mind of the students. Finally, I want to say, dear friends, value crisis is a major challenge before global community. Value inculcation is also the global responsibility. Value crisis is in the global community is a challenge, and it is also the responsibility of the global community or to inculcate value. So, in single sentence, we can say value crisis is the major challenge before the global community, and value inculcation is also the global responsibility to establish balanced and peaceful world. For that, effective and value-based education system should be developed. Similarly, innovative strategies should be developed, and Teachers may be perfectly trained for inculcating value. The teacher should be the add-on with the human values and charismatic personality. Then only your value can be developed. Then only the value system can be developed. So, dear friends, this is about the value. What is value? What are the types of value? Then what are the causes of value crisis? What are the consequences of value crisis? What is the role of education to create value or cultivate value? And what are the strategies or approaches of cultivating value? And finally, I have discussed what are the activities which will be helpful to the teachers and the students to cultivate value. This is all about value education. If you have any doubt, if you have any problem, you can ask the question. Please ask the question. Is there any question? କିଛି क्वेश्चन ଥିଲେ ପଚାରନ୍ତୁ ଆଉ ଯଦି ଚାହିଁଲେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ନବା ଡାଉଟ୍ କ୍ଲିୟର ପାଇଁ ଡାଉଟ୍ ଆମେ କ୍ଲିୟର କରିପାରିବା କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ ଓକେ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ଯାହା ଅଛି ମୋତେ ପଚାରିବେ ପରେ ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସ୍ରେ ଆମେ professionalism teacher discussion kariba teacher who is the good teacher what are the qualities of the teacher role of the teacher who can be the professional teachers we will discuss